Hey, what's up? It's Liam from Cancer Bats, and basically walking through the woods. And yeah, I saw this question about basically the history of Cancer Bats, thinking about, back in like 2006 when our first record came out, Birthing the Giant. We actually, because, we're a hardcore band, we found out that there was going to be June 6th, 06 in the year 2006. So to put out a record on 06 was like basically our goal. So that was when Birthing the Giant came out. And we had already put out the single 100 Grand Canyon. We were super excited. I remember we played the record release show. We played at Edge 102.1. But the show that stands out for me was basically the next week. We played with Moneen. The Junction was on that show. Moneen was had put out, I think it was Red Tree is what it was for. But anyways, huge show. It was at the Opera House. Oh yeah, Black Lungs opened the show. And it was crazy because, it was like one of the biggest shows we'd ever played. And, there was like 800 or 900 people there. It was crazy. But the thing that stands out the most for me was that the next day we all just went back to, doing whatever we were doing, working jobs. And Mikey, drummer of Cancer Bats, at that time was working as like a rickshaw runner. So one of those like carts where you pull people. And he was sitting out front of the Eaton Center and he was taking, rides and stuff like that. And this couple were walking by and they were like, "Hey, are you the drummer of Cancer Bats?" And he was like, "Yeah." And they were like, "Oh, we were at the Moneen show last night." And he was like, "Oh, that's so sick." And they were like, "What are you doing here?" And he was like, "Ah." And he like looked at the, his rickshaw cart. And he was like, "Yeah, what am I doing here?" And I remember he called me from the Eaton Center and he told me about that whole interaction. And he was like, "Man, we need to go on tour. I'm quitting my job." And I was like, "Yeah, man, we definitely need to get this together." And that was it. We basically just like went on tour at that point and haven't looked back since. Anyways, great thinking about the old memes.